Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, playing Scrap Mechanic. This is a early access game. It's one of those build your own contraption, creative, whatever you want to call them games. There's a ton of these games actually. But this one is a little different. This one kind of caught my eye, and I'm not the biggest fan of all of these games because I'm really not that good at them. But this one was a little bit different. This one just caught my eye. The aesthetic is really awesome looking, and watching some of the contraptions that have already been put together, I was like, you know, I'm going to give this one a try. So I purchased it. I've played this already a little bit. I recorded last night and it didn't go very well. I created something and it was an abomination. It didn't work. But I've got a little bit more practice here, and I didn't want to like show somebody me struggling, attempting to put something together and it not make sense, because this is going to be here to kind of show you how the game works and what it looks like when you put something together that actually functions. So I have an ideal here. I'm going through the parts. I think I'm going to build like a off-road school bus. I built a Jeep last night, and it didn't turn out good, but I had the basic ideal of what I was wanting to do. And I was like, let's just make this bigger. I want it to be a functioning school bus. I want there to be seats in it, like that you can use. I don't want it just to be a driver's seat and a bunch of random seats in the back. So I'm going to need to make this fairly wide here. Let's see. I want to have it needs to be wide enough and tall enough that I can walk down the center aisle, and I want to have rows of seats up the side. Let's see. This is going to need to be fairly wide. I'm trying to picture this in my head. I'm probably going to have to lay down a couple seats here to really visualize just how big this is going to be. Now when I say rows of seats, I'm probably only going to do one seat on each side. I thought about doubling them up, but that's probably going to be a little too massive. Maybe somewhere down the line I'll build something this massive, but I want this to work. So let me see kind of where the driver's seat. See how far I need to go over here. Let's go a little further here. Okay, so I need an aisle that's going to be long, like wide enough here. Let's go ahead and find the plane seat. There it is. And like I said, I want this to be functional. I want people, say if I was playing multiplayer, I want somebody to be able to walk into here and use the passenger seats. So, because I could have made this a lot smaller and kind of compressed everything together, but it really wouldn't have been functional the way I wanted it to be. So let's even these up here. Now, of course, there shouldn't be a passenger seat next to the driver because that's where I want the side door to be. Are those even? Yeah. Let's see. Let's place. Need to see how far I need to go back here. And I'm probably going to build quite a bit here. I'm probably going to skip some parts as soon as I find something, because some of this is going to be me measuring out and building a little bit of the structure. And this video would take. This is going to take me a while. I'm not 100% used to how this all works, so it's going to be a little bit of trial and error here. Let's see. More rows. Seeing how many passengers do I want to have here? Maybe 8? That seems long enough. The rows are even. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. Pretty happy with that. I'm going to place the motors and everything in the front. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit wider, because I'm going to need to put a wall beside. So I don't want anybody flying out of it. Of course, I don't think you can do that in the game, but I want it to look like it's somewhat secure. So I'm just going to make this a little bit wider. The block tools themselves, it took a little bit to get used to. You might still see me struggling around with them. Okay, so I've built most of the structure here. I'm probably going to cut out some of this because this was a little frustrating getting right, especially the height-wise on the roof and kind of how I wanted it to look. So let's see. Make it look. I don't think I'm going to do individual windows. I think I'm just going to have it kind of open on the side, but I want to create a little bit of almost like a lip here. That way it doesn't look. Hopefully it doesn't look stupid. I'm not really sure. And as you can see, I've created the door over there to the right. Let's check this up. I'm trying to figure out the wheel wells. I'm trying to figure out the situation, how big of wheels I'm going to wind up using. Might go ahead and go with the biggest, but I think I'm gonna do dual wheels in the back. I want it to look mean, so let's cut out the wheel wells here. Let's see. It's gonna look a little odd if. No, I can't really make this any wider because it's gonna look strange. Let's see. Let's make that go back down. I'm gonna go ahead and build the actual outline of the well here. That way, I can get an idea of where the wheel is gonna actually sit. You know, one thing, I think I've heard this mentioned, it would be really nice if there was like a mirroring tool that would do the same thing to both sides of your creation. I don't know exactly how that would work, but that would be something that's nice because I like to keep everything nice and even, so I flip-flop a lot and go back and forth. So that would be really, really nice. Okay, I had a really long pause there. It took me a second to figure out what I was doing with the suspension. I need to make it where the front wheels are going to be the wheels that turn. I thought about doing like an all-wheel drive, but with having dual wheels in the back, I think I'm going to just keep it to where the front wheels are the only ones that turn. So let me think of what I'm doing here. Just to go down. Okay. Got that. Okay, I need the suspension here. Oh, come on. Come on. There it goes. Alright. And as you can see, I flip-flop. Sometimes I only place one part, and it's a thing, it's a habit to making sure that I'm doing the same thing on each side. I need to get a little better about doing that. Something doesn't look right here. Let's see. Okay. Nope, not there. There we go. I need to place the bearings up at the top, and that's how I'm going to make it turn. Put the block right below it and the suspension part below that. And it should have enough clearance to turn, I believe, here. Let's see. There goes that. And suspension on this side. Okay. Yeah, I believe this is going to work. Let's go ahead and put the bearings on here, and then I'm going to put the wheels on. Let's throw these wheels on. Ooh. Nah, that's way too small. Let's go with the big wheel here. Let's see. Yeah, this has to have beefy monster truck wheels. There we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's throw this on. That looks good, but I'm not really sure. I don't think this is gonna clear. Let's get rid of a block or two here. I'll make sure the tire's gonna be able to turn. Let's get rid of the what? Oh. Alright, well, that didn't work. Let's go ahead and delete all this. I'm gonna need to redo the wheel well. Apparently, the blocks, I've deleted a very valuable block. Okay, after being a genius there and ruining the suspension, I've realized that if I'm going to do monster truck wheels, I'm going to need a larger wheel well here, so let's go ahead and up these a little bit. I cut out a little bit of the restructuring of the front here because it's just unnecessary, so you're going to see some things cut out here. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to cut them out. Let's see, that looks good. This is probably going to be wide enough now. Should have plenty of clearance. The wheel should be able to turn, and I'm going to use my big monster truck wheels here. Let's throw the suspension down. Now, if anybody be sure to comment if you see something that I'm doing wrong or something that you would think would be easier, especially when I'm working with the suspension and stuff. Feel free to comment. I'm open to suggestions here. This is kind of what I've seen. A way to do it. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it, but this is the way that I've been doing it, so. Place another block here. I'm gonna put the bearings on each side. Now I might need to, let's see. It looks good. Bearings. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to, doing these dual wheels in the back, with them being this big, it's gonna be something. I'm not sure it's gonna work, but I don't know. We'll try it. That looks good. Alright, let's go to the back. I'm already going to need to redo the wheel wells in the back because they don't look right. This is going to be a bit of a pain. I think I need 4 across here, so that's 4 on that side. Let's delete a couple on this side. That should be good. Let's do this on the other side now. So I need 4 for the wheel well, 4 blocks across. So those 2, and I need to get rid of these. Wait, no, one more. One more. There we go. Okay, I believe that's even. That looks good. Okay. Now, I'm thinking about doing like a dual suspension in the back. I don't know if it's really going to make a difference. It looks cool, but with the bearing being just on one block, I'm not really sure if there's going to be a difference, but I don't know. Let's try this. I'm trying to think. I need to put them right in the center here. There's 2 blocks. 2 blocks. Really should probably do these at one time, but I don't know. I just like keeping everything even as I go along. Let's go ahead and do this side real quick. Yeah, if this works, this will look actually pretty cool. I don't know. There's 1 there and there. Yeah, I mean it looks cool, but I don't know if it's actually going to be functional. There's really only one way to tell here. Let's go ahead and do the dual suspension. And this is where I kind of run my problem. It would be nice to be able to put the bearing in the middle, because I know I'm going to have to stick it on one of those 2 blocks. Like, if it was in the middle, that would be... I mean, it would make me think that it's really functioning. I mean, it still is going to have a function here, but I don't know if it's how much it's going to affect. I just wanted a really beefy back to it. Because the last thing I built was a Jeep, and I was popping wheelies the whole time. The suspension, just something wasn't quite working in the back. But this looks a little bit more structured. Dual tires, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Like I said, I don't know if any of this is going to function, but I like the way it looks at least. I mean, it looks the part. Let's see. Yeah, it seems to set okay. It doesn't look like it's dipping. It might be dipping in the back a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. By the time I put the engines in the front, I'm sure the weight distribution it'll even itself out a little bit here. But it looks good. I'm pretty happy. Okay, I've been pondering how I need to do the motors here, or how I want to set them up. I think I'm going to do 4 here. Have a gap in between. I've got an ideal for the motor it's not going to be functional for what I'm going to do, but I wanted to make it look a little bit meaner because the motors look like small generators. So let's up the power here. Try to get them even. Get these functioning. That's 4. Okay, I need to do this one. Needs to be 4 here also. And 1 more. Okay. Alright. Got ideal here. I'm still a little confused. Let's go ahead and connect these here. This is our connector tool. If you watch any of the footage, you kind of know how this works. All the motors need to be attached to the steering wheel here, and then you need to attach them to the bearings where you want the power to be distributed. I think I'm gonna actually put power to the front wheels and the back wheels here. I'm gonna just... You can do... I'm trying to think of how many bearings I read. I think it's like maybe 5 bearings per engine. I could be wrong on that, but I'll have 2 to engine here for the back ones. So those 2, and let's go ahead and get these 2 here. Alright, that looks good. That looks like it's going to work. Now, another thing, what I'm doing here, I need to make sure that all the wheels are turning in the right direction, because if not, it might just be spinning in place. That looks good, and switch this one. There we go. That looks good, and let's go ahead and connect. That way I can actually turn it. You need to connect the steering wheel, and I'm connecting it to the bearing at the top, and that should be where my suspension turns, and I think that should be it. I don't know. Let's delete the thing. Let's delete the lift and let's try this. Then hop in here. There we go. Alright, let's be off. Let's go. Do things. Oh. This is a little slower than I pictured. Probably gonna have to up the power here. But, I mean, it's turning nice. It feels good. It feels good. I don't notice anything suspension-wise that looks bad, or I think this works. Just I need a lot more power because I'm holding the gas down here. So I was gonna readjust that. Go out the back here. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. Let's put back on the lift. There's a couple more things I want to start working on here. First thing, I need to get more power into the motor. So let's go ahead and do that. I've spent the last 30 minutes staring at how I want to do this motor, and I figured out I'm going to put the grill up here in the front. I'm going to have a couple headlights. But like I said, the motors themselves, they look like little generators. And I want something. This is a monster truck, off-road, dune buggy bus, whatever the hell you want to call it. I want something that actually looks mean, so I kind of want to make it look like there's like headers popping out of the top of it. And I'm debating on how I want to do this. I'm going to just get this out of the way. I saw some parts. I've put them in my inventory here that I think I can make it look like a motor kind of just popping out of the top. Climb down in here. I'm gonna use this big block here. This is why I gapped it, because this is something I experimented with a little bit last night, and I want to try to make it look a little better than I did then. Oh, fits there. If I can get out of the door. Okay. Jump up here. Yeah, that... No. Let's go ahead and put a sideways piece here. I'm gonna make it look like it's just got a monster motor in it. Let me go ahead and place another part here, and I'm going to switch over to the, looks like headers here. No, this might be okay. I don't think this is too big. Let's place those there. Yeah, that actually looks like somewhat like a motor. I'm going to make the hood surround it, and I don't know if this front piece is necessary. Well, let's see if I've got anything else I can put on here. No, I don't need any beams or anything. Let's see, is there any other pieces that really look like a motor? That might be something. Let's try that. Let's see if I can... Oh, wait. That's a little bigger than I thought it was going to be. Huh. Now I'm debating on how I want to do this. I like the way it looks right now. So let me go ahead and put a little bit of the hood around it and see what it looks like when I take up more space here. And get those there. I don't like that center piece. I think the what I have here is actually enough, especially when it's going to poke out. I think it'll look good. So let's go ahead and surround the rest of the hood here. Okay, I've put some different cosmetic items on here, and I want to create a functioning, somewhat of a door here. So I'm going to place a bearing, and I'm going to place some of this lightweight material here. There we go. Now, to make this function, you've got to use what you call a controller. I'm going to place it here in the front if I can get into my bus. There we go. Controller, there it is. So let's place the controller, and then I'm going to have it control. I'm going to attach the controller to the actual bearing, and then I want to have a switch on the side of the wall here if I can. Or let me put the switch up here. That way. Okay, let's go ahead and make the controller connect to the bearing here. Oh, let's go ahead and do the switch and then the controller. I'm trying to remember how I did this last time. There we go. Let's use this. Now I'm not gonna have like a sliding door. I'm gonna try to make it just flip up, almost like they call it like a suicide door. not quite sure how to do a sliding, so I think a 180 on each of these here. This should work, I believe. I don't know. Let's click the button here. Oh, yeah, we're on the lift. Better fix that real quick. And we'll see if this thing functions. Okay. What? Something's going on. My bus seems to be moving here. I'm not really sure why. It's just glitched. That didn't work how I wanted it to either. It's not staying open. Something... I don't know if I'm caught on something on the ground, or I don't know why I'm moving like this. Let's see. Why am I moving? Oh. Looks like the... I don't know. When did I don't know how I got that to work like that. There we go. I don't remember detaching that from the steering wheel. But anyways, let me see. Let's flip that, and I'm trying to think. I want it to start open, so let's put it at 180 here. Actually, it needs to go this way, I believe. Let's try that. Yeah, I wanted to start open, then I just need to close it because the switch is on the inside. So, nope. Don't go back up. Okay. Yeah, let's take this all the way down. That should keep it in one position. So this should open and close it. So here's that. Open and close. Alright. That's good. I don't know if I'm going to do a door back here. I kind of want to have like a escape. Okay, test drive time. Let's do this. Let's hit the gas. Whoa! Yeah, it does have a lot of power to it. Let's see. Trying to steer it. I'm trying to go here and oh, that's the camera and the tree. Okay, let's back up here. Wow. Yeah, I put the engines to max power, so this is definitely the speed I was looking for. But I'm not. Of course, it's not going to handle the bit. And there we go. Flip it over. Okay. Well, we're going to need to reset this. All right, test attempt number 2 here. Let's go into first person here. And, wow. Yeah, I'm really digging the way the engine looks. And it just looks mean. It looks like something you wouldn't want your child to get on in the morning. Let's see. Steer, follow this path. Well, steering's actually not really that bad. I mean, it's not nimble, but it is a big bus. But the steering itself, it's pretty responsive. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Let's see. Let's move here and up. Yep, we're gonna kill ourselves again. Wow. Well, anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. And I really would like to do more of these in the future. This was actually really fun. And I'm going to kind of think of some more ideals and kind of get back with you. So, we'll just catch you next time. Thanks for watching.